Let me tell you something about chaos. They thought they could hand your photo to a devil, thinking they had it all figured out. But you see, they weren't just handing over an image. No, they were offering a piece of your essence, a glimpse of your soul. They believed the devil could define you, box you in, reduce you to a simple calculation. But here's where the irony sets in. The devil doesn't fear the flames of hell. He thrives in them. What he fears is the unpredictable, the unstoppable force that refuses to be contained. And that's exactly what you are, a storm too wild to measure, too powerful to subdue. When the devil looked at your photo, he didn't see a target. No, he saw scars, those jagged, beautiful marks of resilience. He saw the fire in your eyes not as a flicker, but as an inferno, ready to consume everything in its path. They wanted the devil to map your weaknesses, your fears, your vulnerabilities. But what they gave him was chaos incarnate. They handed over a story of survival, nights spent battling, demons while the world slept peacefully. They thought the devil could predict your moves, break you down into something manageable. But what they found was a paradox, a force of destruction and creation, light and darkness, chaos and control. Let me ask you this. Why did they hand over your photo in the first place? Was it fear, jealousy, or maybe it was their desperate need to understand what they could never control? Whatever their reason, it doesn't matter. What matters is this: they underestimated you. They thought they could hand your life over to someone or something that thrives on destruction. They expected you to crumble, to fall apart under the weight of their plans, but instead, you rose higher. You see, they didn't understand that every heartbreak, every betrayal, every loss in your life wasn't a weakness. It was fuel. It was the kindling that ignited the fire burning inside you. They don't get to define you. Not the devil, not your enemies, not anyone. You are not a static image, a snapshot of someone who can be contained. You are a living, breathing revolution. You are a symphony of contradictions, and that scares them. When the devil stared at your photo, he wasn't met with fear or weakness. He was met with truth. And truth has a way of unsettling even the most calculated plans. The truth stripped away their illusions and shattered their comfortable lies. The devil didn't see just a person. He saw potential, a force of nature that refuses to be silenced. They mistook your power for a threat, and you know what? Maybe it is. Maybe you are a threat. A threat to their complacency, their mediocrity, their fragile sense of control. But being a threat is not a weakness. It's a gift. You weren't born to fit into their narratives. You were born to disrupt them, to defy them, to rise above them. While they sit in their delusions thinking they've won, you're standing on the edge of greatness. So tell me, what will you do now? Will you let their fear, their jealousy, their desperation define you? Or will you rise, unapologetic and relentless, and show them what it means to live without limits? The devil didn't predict your fall. No, he saw your rise. He saw the moment you stopped being who they thought you were, and became who you were destined to be. So let them whisper. Let them fear. Let them try to figure you out. Because in the end, their opinions are nothing but dust in the wind. What matters is what you do with the fire inside you. Will you let it consume you, or will you use it to forge something magnificent? The world is watching, trembling, waiting, and you're just getting started. You see, when they handed your photo to a devil, they weren't just sharing an image. They were offering a fragment of your very essence, a piece of your soul. They believed they were giving him the power to define you, to reduce you to mere calculations, strengths, weaknesses, vulnerabilities. But what they failed to understand is that you are not an equation. You are the storm that breaks the formula. You are the fire that turns calculations to ash. And no devil, no enemy, no force in existence can ever contain you. But what they didn't understand is that your essence is not something that can be captured, categorized, or controlled. The devil, in his cold, unfeeling gaze, didn't just see a target. He saw chaos. He saw a storm too fierce to contain, a force too primal to predict. He didn't see a victim. He saw power. They thought the devil could break you, map your psyche, and dismantle you piece by piece. But here's the truth. They underestimated you. You are not just a name, not just a face. You are a tempest in human form, a symphony of contradictions, destruction and creation, light and shadow, chaos and control. You are not a product of circumstance. You are the architect of your own survival. The devil thought he could predict your every move. But how do you predict the unpredictable? How do you dismantle someone whose every scar tells a story of battles won, nights survived, and demons conquered? They thought they were handing over a puzzle. Instead, they handed over a force of nature. Let me ask you this. Why do you think they gave your photo to him in the first place? Was it fear? Was it envy? Or was it their desperate need to control something they couldn't even begin to understand? But you cannot be controlled. They wanted him to see a fragile human, easily broken, easily erased. Instead, what he saw was resilience. He saw scars that weren't signs of weakness, but badges of honor, each one proof of a fire that refused to be extinguished. The devil looked at your photo and hesitated. Yes, he, the shadow who brings silence and endings, hesitated. Because staring back at him wasn't just a person. It was chaos embodied. It was a reflection of something that couldn't be tamed or silenced. You see, they thought, your story could be ended with a single act. But you're not just a story. They handed him an entire book, a book filled with twists and turns they couldn't predict. And in that moment, the devil realized something terrifying. You are not a target. You are a revolution. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every loss. They thought those would be the things that broke you, but those were the very things that fueled you. You took every piece of pain and turned it into power. They wanted to see you destroyed. What they got was something far more dangerous, a force that thrives in chaos, a force that rises even when the world tries to bring it down. The devil doesn't fear the darkness because he lives in it. He doesn't fear death because he deals in it. But you terrify him because you are something he's never faced before. You are hope wrapped in defiance, chaos wrapped in control. And now, the tables have turned. The devil, the so-called destroyer, is trembling because you flipped the script. The set. Hunted has become the hunter. The prey has become the predator. You are not running from him. You are standing in his shadow, daring him to try. They thought they could define you, but they were wrong. They don't get to define you. Not the devil, not the critics, not the whispers in the shadows. No one, because you are not an image on a piece of paper. You are a living, breathing paradox, a symphony of chaos, a force of nature that refuses to be tamed. And now, as they sit back in their comfortable delusions, thinking they've won, they don't realize what they've done. They didn't send the devil to destroy you, they sent him to witness your rise. So let them whisper your name. Let them fear your presence. Let them try to predict your next move. It won't matter, because their fear, their envy, their doubts, they're all just fuel for the fire burning inside you, and that fire, it's unstoppable. The world doesn't get to tell you who you are. They don't get to define your limits. You were born to disrupt, to defy, to ascend. So let them tremble. Let them hide in the shadows. Let them feel the weight of their mistake. Because you, my friend, are not just a force to be reckoned with. You are the reckoning itself. And as the dust settles, they'll realize one undeniable truth. You can't destroy chaos. You can't silence a storm. You can't extinguish a fire that refuses to die. So, smile. Smile like the Joker in a game. They thought they could control you. Let them wonder. Let them fear. And let them know that the greatest adversary they will never defeat is you. Because chaos doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't follow the rules. It breaks them, rewrites them, and dances in the ashes. And you are chaos incarnate. So rise. Rise like the force of nature you are. And remind the world that when they gave your photo to the devil, they didn't predict your fall. They predicted your rise. You see, the devil operates in shadows, feeding on weakness and fear. But you're something he's never faced before. You're not weak. You're not afraid. You are a beast, a monster, a warrior, and a soldier. Forged in the fires of adversity, a beast doesn't ask for permission to exist. It claims its space. A beast roars when the world tries to silence it. They thought they could tame you. But how do you tame something wild, something untouchable? The devil deals in destruction. But a beast destroys the destroyer. And then there's the monster, the part of you that terrifies even the boldest of enemies. The monster in you doesn't bow to the devil. It stares him in the eyes and makes him question his own strength. Monsters aren't created by choice. They're born out of necessity. Every betrayal, every heartbreak, every ounce of pain you've endured didn't break you. It made you a monster that no devil could ever conquer. But here's the thing. You're not just chaos and power. You're a warrior, and warriors fight with purpose. The devil thought he could predict your moves. But warriors don't fight fair, they fight smart. They fight relentlessly. The devil can play his games, but a warrior knows no defeat. A warrior stands tall, no matter how hard the battle gets. And then there's the soldier, the part of you that's disciplined, unyielding, unstoppable. Soldiers don't back down. Soldiers don't run. They march forward, even when the world tells them to stop. When the odds are stacked against them, they endure. They adapt. They overcome. The devil might think he's seen resilience, but he's never met a soldier like you. What they didn't realize is that the devil has limits, but you don't. The devil can manipulate, but he can't overpower a beast. He can intimidate, but he can't outlast a soldier. He can deceive, but he'll never outsmart a warrior. And he can't even begin to comprehend the raw, untamed force of a monster who's been to hell and back. They gave your photo to the devil, thinking it would seal your fate. But what they didn't realize is that the devil is just another player in a game you've already mastered. You don't just survive in the face of darkness, you thrive. So let the world watch. Let them tremble. Let them wonder how you keep standing, how you keep fighting, how you keep winning. The devil can't measure up to you, because you're not playing by his rules. You're rewriting the script, flipping the board, and leaving him in the dust. Be the beast that refuses to be caged. Be the monster that strikes fear into the hearts of those who doubt you. Be the warrior who fights for more than survival. Fight for your purpose, your destiny. And be the soldier who stands tall, even when the world tries to knock you down. Because when they gave your photo to the devil, they thought they were unleashing his wrath on you. But the truth is, they unleashed you on him. And the devil? He can't measure up, not to a beast, not to a monster, not to a warrior, not to a soldier. He can't measure up to you. And oh yeah, if you really like this content, subscribe to my free newsletter for updates on new videos. If you're interested, comment Joker below this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell Batman I said hello.